Welcome to the show. Today we're talking about a crucial skill for any professional, sounding confident. But there's a fine line between confidence and aggression, isn't there, Daisy?
There certainly is, Ryan. Many people, especially non-native speakers, worry about sounding rude when they just want to be clear and assertive. They soften their language too much, using words like maybe or just, which can undermine their credibility.
Exactly. So in this episode, you'll learn 20 practical phrases that help you sound confident, clear, and professional, without crossing that line into aggression. We've grouped them into 4 key areas. Let's get straight into it. Our first section is all about giving opinions confidently. It's about sharing your ideas without hesitation. Daisy, what's our first phrase?
Our first phrase is, from my perspective. This is a powerful way to frame your opinion. It shows that you're speaking from your own viewpoint and experience, which makes it hard to argue with, but it isn't presented as an absolute fact.
Right? It's subjective but firm.
Exactly. For example, instead of, I think maybe the report is a little confusing, you could say, from my perspective, the key takeaways in the report could be clearer. It's constructive and confident.
Excellent. Let's move to the second phrase, which is similar. The way I see it. This one feels a bit more direct, signaling that you have a clear mental model of the situation. It's great for when you're interpreting data or a complex situation.
It invites others to see your viewpoint.
For example, the way I see it, the bottleneck isn't in development, it's in our quality assurance process. It's analytical and confident, inviting discussion rather than argument.
I like that. Phrase number 3 is, my take on this is slightly more informal but very effective. It's perfect for internal team meetings where you want to offer a quick, clear opinion.
My take on this, it feels very direct and modern.
It is. You could say, everyone's raised good points. My take on this is we need to prioritize customer feedback before adding new features. It's collaborative, but also clearly states your position.
Okay, number 4 is a great one for leveraging your expertise. Based on my experience, this phrase immediately establishes your credibility. You're not just giving a random opinion, you're grounding it in your professional history.
That's a strong one. It shows your opinion is evidence-based.
For instance, based on my experience with similar product launches, a phased rollout will minimize risks. It sounds authoritative, but not arrogant because you're citing your past work as the reason for your confidence.
And the 5th and final phrase in this section is, I'm confident that. This is the most direct of the 5. Use it when you have a high degree of certainty and want to inspire confidence in others.
It's a leadership phrase.
Absolutely. I'm confident that our team has the skills to meet this deadline. It's reassuring and decisive. The key is to use it when you truly believe it, as it carries a lot of weight.
Great. So that's 5 ways to give your opinion with confidence. Now let's move on to our second section, making recommendations and decisions. This is about moving the conversation forward.
Yes, this is where confidence turns into action. Our 6th phrase overall is, I recommend we. It's a classic for a reason. It's formal, professional, and positions you as a thoughtful advisor.
Very clear. Instead of, should we maybe try this? It's much stronger.
Much stronger. An example in a meeting might be, after reviewing the numbers, I recommend we allocate more budget to digital marketing. It's a direct proposal for action.
Perfect. Phrase 7 is a slight variation. My suggestion would be to, this feels a little softer than recommend, but is equally confident. The word would makes it sound like a carefully considered option among several possibilities.
Yes, it sounds very considered.
For instance, given the tight deadline, my suggestion would be to focus on the core features first and save the nice-to-haves for version 2. It's strategic and pragmatic.
Moving on to phrase 8, the best course of action is. This is for when a decision needs to be made and you're confident you know the right path. It conveys clarity and a focus on solutions.
This one feels very decisive.
It is. For example, we've discussed 3 options. The best course of action is to partner with the local distributor who already has an established network. It cuts through indecision.
I like that. Number 9 is a great collaborative phrase for making decisions. Let's move forward with, this one implies agreement, and that you are ready to transition from discussion to execution. It's a team-oriented way to be decisive.
Right, it creates momentum.
Exactly. After a long discussion, a manager might say, okay, we've heard from everyone. Let's move forward with option B. It signals the end of the debate and the start of the work.
And our 10th phrase, rounding out this section, is, I propose that we. This is a slightly more formal version of I suggest. It's excellent for official meetings or when you're presenting a well thought out plan.
It has a nice, structured feel to it.
Yes. For example, to improve team communication, I propose that we implement a short, daily stand up meeting. It's a formal recommendation that invites a formal response.
Okay, halfway there. We've covered opinions and recommendations. Now for a trickier area, handling disagreement or uncertainty. This is where confidence is really tested.
Absolutely. The goal here is to be firm but respectful. Our 11th phrase is perfect for this. I see your point, but have you considered? This phrase validates the other person's contribution before you introduce your own.
That's the key, acknowledging their view first.
Exactly. I see your point about the budget, but have you considered the long-term cost of not upgrading our software now? It turns a potential argument into a collaborative problem-solving discussion.
Excellent. Phrase 12 is similar in spirit. That's a valid point. Another way to look at it is, again, it starts with validation. Valid point is a great, respectful acknowledgement. Then you offer your alternative.
Right. It's not saying you're wrong. It's saying here is another perspective.
Precisely. That's a valid point about our current user base. Another way to look at it is the potential for attracting a new demographic with this feature.
Our 13th phrase is more direct, but still very professional. I have a slightly different perspective on this. This is a calm, non-confrontational way to signal that you are about to disagree.
It prepares the listener for a counter-argument without putting them on the defensive.
Yes, for example, thanks for sharing, John. I have a slightly different perspective on this. I believe the data shows that it's respectful but unapologetic.
Number 14 is for when you don't understand someone's point, or you disagree with it and want to challenge it gently. Help me understand your reasoning on that point.
That's brilliant. It puts the focus on your desire to understand rather than your opposition.
Exactly. It invites them to explain their logic, which might reveal a flaw or a misunderstanding. It's a very confident and intelligent way to question something without being aggressive.
In our 15th phrase in this section, I'm not sure I'm aligned with that approach. Can we explore alternatives? This is a clear but polite way to say no or to pause a decision you think is wrong. It states your misalignment and immediately proposes a constructive next step.
Exploring alternatives is the key part that keeps it from sounding negative.
It is. It shows you're a team player focused on finding the best solution, not just blocking ideas.
All right, that was a crucial section. Let's move to our final set of 5 phrases, all about taking ownership and leadership in conversations. This is about showing you are accountable and proactive.
A vital skill. Our 16th phrase is a simple but powerful one. I'll take the lead on this. This clearly communicates that you are accepting responsibility for a task or project. It leaves no room for ambiguity.
It shows initiative.
Tremendous initiative. When a problem arises and no one is sure who should handle it, stepping up with, I'll take the lead on this, is a huge confidence signal.
Fantastic. Phrase 17 is similar, but perhaps for a smaller, more specific task. Leave that with me. I'll handle it. This is incredibly reassuring to colleagues and managers. It says, you don't have to worry about this anymore.
That's right. It builds trust instantly. It communicates capability and reliability.
You might say to a colleague who is overwhelmed, I know you're busy with the launch. Leave the client follow up with me. I'll handle it.
Number 18 is about accountability for an outcome. I'll ensure this gets done. This goes beyond just doing a task yourself. It means you are taking responsibility for the final result, even if you delegate parts of it.
That's a project manager's mindset.
Exactly. A manager might say, we need the final report by Friday. I'll ensure this gets done. It shows total ownership of the outcome.
Okay, number 19 is about creating clarity and structure. Let's establish the next steps. This is a fantastic phrase to use at the end of a meeting that might be losing focus. It redirects everyone's attention to action.
It's a way of gently taking control of the conversation's direction.
It shows leadership without being bossy. This has been a productive discussion. Let's establish the next steps before we wrap up.
And finally, our 20th phrase, here's the plan. Short, direct, and incredibly confident. This is used when you have already synthesized information and are ready to present a clear path forward.
It's the ultimate phrase for clarity and leadership.
It truly is. After a brainstorming session, you might say, okay, everyone, I've listened to all the ideas. Here's the plan. First, and then you lay it out. It transforms chaos into order.
And that's 20 phrases. From sharing opinions to taking ownership, these are practical tools you can use in your professional life starting today.
The key takeaway is that confidence comes from clarity and respect, not from loudness or aggression. Our advice is to start small. Notice when these phrases are used in meetings you attend.
And then try to practice them. Try replacing a weaker phrase like, I just think maybe, with a stronger one like, from my perspective. You'll feel the difference immediately. Thanks for listening.